Hello, welcome back once again to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the importance of assertiveness. So let me take you to the roadmap of my presentation. So first, I'll be discussing the concept. Second, the difference between assertive and aggressive behavior. Third, I will share with you certain examples. And fourth, I will discuss the importance of assertiveness. So let me take you to the first topic, that is the concept. So assertiveness is a social skill. Moreover, it is a method of critical thinking whereby the person tries to bring unique ideas or out-of-box ideas. And this is possible only when the assertive person collects all the information, gathers information from different sources, and tries to analyze the information and arrive at a logical conclusion. And from this, he develops his own perspective towards the particular issue or the particular problem or the particular topic. So, having developed his critical thinking skills, now he can communicate effectively or communicate without hesitation whatever he wants to say, and also try to communicate with confidence and with conviction. So, an assertive person is always outspoken, he is analytical, at the same time, there is clarity in thought. Apart from this, an assertive person is always acknowledging and appreciating the opinion of others. And this is very important because he wants to make the others feel comfortable in the process of discussion and motivates them and encourages them in the process of discussion. Having understood the concept, let us now move on to the difference between assertive and aggressive behavior. So here we can see this is an assertive person. An assertive person will always have a smile on his face and he will always indicate that he is friendly and thereby making all the others comfortable in the process of discussion. So the people are motivated just by looking at an assertive person, and the assertive person will always communicate with the confidence. And since he is very clear about his ideas, so therefore he will not raise his voice, or rather he will be calm and having a cool frame of mind. Whereas an aggressive person, because he's not very sure about what he has to say, and there is always doubt in his mind or confusion in his mind, therefore he will have a face, very irritating face. He's very irritated with what he has to do or what he has to communicate. He's not happy with it, and he will try to express his emotions in the process. And these emotions will be expressed in the form of anger, and this will be reflected on his face as well as in his body language. For example, banging on the bench or even trying to show his clenched fist. So, an aggressive person will always try to raise his voice because he wants to be heard by others. And but I would say that there is a very thin line of difference, or there is a subtle difference between assertiveness and aggressiveness. In situations like, for example, in a group discussion, or where the size of the group could be large, for example, 12 to 13 people could be involved in a group discussion, and there will be evaluators judging you on the basis of what you're communicating. So in this process, it might be required for an assertive person to become aggressive, that is, to raise his voice because he wants the participants to focus their attention on what he is saying, and thereby he is actually resorting to aggressive behavior. But this aggressive behavior is acceptable because only to be heard he is becoming aggressive. Otherwise, he is assertive in the sense he is able to assert his ideas, or he is able to put forward his ideas with conviction. So, having understood the difference between assertiveness and aggressiveness, let us now move on to certain examples where we can find out what an assertive person does and what is the behavior of an aggressive person. In a meeting, if the chairman is assertive, he will express with his ideas with clarity, and also he will speak directly with the members of the meeting. And not only that, he will encourage all the members to be part of the discussion process, thereby listening to them attentively, and also allowing them to come up with their ideas. Whereas an aggressive person will ignore the other members and will try to communicate whatever he has to communicate without allowing the others to be a part of the discussion process. Uh, in a conversation or a discussion, an assertive person will have maintain eye contact with the person with whom he is communicating, and also make him feel comfortable in the process of the conversation. So he will not stare at the person, but in a friendly manner will try to communicate through his nonverbal expression. Whereas an aggressive person will stare at a person, make the person feel uncomfortable, and try to show his dominance by his nonverbal expression. In achieving goals and objectives, an assertive person will be always focused towards his goals and objectives, and along with his team, try to achieve the goals and objectives. Whereas an aggressive person will definitely be focused towards his goals and objectives, but will try to alienate the team members, or try to discriminate between the team members, or try to promote a particular team member for his own benefit. And in this way, he is trying to create a feeling of unrest amongst the group members. Now, in the case of accountability, an assertive person will always be accountable for his or her mistakes, and along with his team will accept the mistakes and will try to reflect upon the mistakes and assure his superiors that the mistakes will be rectified. Whereas an aggressive person will put the blame onto his team members and try to show or try to indicate that he is a person who can never make mistakes. In the case of project management, an assertive person again will see to it that all his group members are able to achieve the goal, or to gives delegates the responsibility to all his team members, and tries to see to it that the members are very comfortable with the responsibility assigned to them, and accordingly help them in the process when they require help. Whereas a person who is aggressive will see to it that the delegation is done, but then he may not help his team members in trying to achieve their objective. And this is the difference between assertive and aggressive people. So, having understood this, let us move on to the importance of assertiveness. Assertiveness helps one to identify one's needs and feelings and also acknowledge them. It helps the person to value the time that is allotted to him, and then he is a position to be confident. At the same time, he understands his self-worth, and he is able to remove the confusion that could have arisen in the process. So he decreases his anxiety, and he reduces the conflict that could occur while completing a particular work. And this is all done with the help of clarity of expression. So, having understood the importance, I would like to thank all of you for your patient listening.